Hello, Pascal here. Today I'm going to be pretty fast, hopefully in less than 5 minutes. I just want to talk to you about, I just had some tea. Okay, I just want to talk to you about soft inquiry and hard inquiry. You might have heard before that you shouldn't check your credit report because checking your credit report is going to have an impact on your credit score. So I'm here to tell you that that's not true at all. Checking your credit report is actually very important. It's very beneficial to you. You should check your credit report as much as possible. You can check it once a week. You can check it every day. You can check it every week or every 3 months, whichever way you please. But I just wanted you to know today that checking your credit score, checking your credit report is not going to affect your credit score at all. And I personally check my credit report once every 2 weeks on Credit Karma. You might be familiar with that. Another platform that you can use is My FICO, Credit Sesame, and Credit Karma. Like I said, I'm sure there are other platforms, but those are the three that I'm most familiar with. But definitely, if you haven't checked your credit score, your credit report in a few months after this video, I recommend that you get on Credit Karma. Is free, and check your credit score right away. It's not going to affect your credit report. So let's talk about the two types of inquiries that we have. You have soft inquiry and hard inquiry. A soft inquiry is you and I going to Credit Karma and checking our credit report, checking our credit score. So if I go on Credit Karma right now and I put my login information and I see what my credit report says and I see what my credit score is, that's what we call a soft pull, a soft inquiry. I'm just checking to see what's going on, what creditors are saying about me, what lenders are saying about me. And you and I have made mistakes before, right? We're human. Sometimes we make mistakes. So just like your creditor and just like your lender, they is a human being, really, who types in information on the computer. So it's possible that they could make a mistake. That's the reason why it's very important that you check your credit report. Because it's possible that they can make a mistake. So you want to check on the accuracy of the information that's actually relayed on your report. You want to check on the date, the amount, the date that you open the account, whether it was a credit card or whatever that is, the day that they reported that you opened the account, different things like that. It might sound minute, but it's very key because it's very important that whatever is reported on your credit report is as accurate as possible, right? And so that's why you want to definitely double check, because you could think that you owe $200 and they reported that you owe $1,000. You want to double check that. So that's what we call a soft inquiry. That's me going to check my credit report just to see where I stand. Another thing that qualifies under soft inquiry will be if you get a new job and your employer wants to check on your credit report. That would be a soft inquiry. Or let's say you receive a pre-approved mail. You know how you can receive, you qualify for $3,000, $5,000, and things like that. So that's what they call a pre-approved credit card application or mail. So what they have probably done is a soft pull on your credit report, just kind of see if you will qualify for a credit card or whatever that they're trying to sell you. So that's a soft inquiry. So that does not affect your credit report, your credit score. Now let's go to a hard inquiry. A hard inquiry is when a lender, well, pretty much when you apply for a new line of credit. So a lender goes in and checks your credit score to make a lending decision, right? So you're applying for an auto loan, you're applying for a mortgage, you apply for a student loan, anything of that magnitude. You apply for a loan pretty much. So the lender goes in, pull an inquiry on your credit report, and that's what we call a hard inquiry. That has the potential to affect your credit score. And I say potential because it's not always the case. And it doesn't, and and a lot of people seem to think that it has a big impact. It's not a big impact. It has a potential to lower your credit score, but it's not such a big impact. It could be few points, all right? But one thing that you don't want to do is have a lot of hard inquiries on your credit report. The reason is when you have a lot of inquiries, you have too many inquiries on your credit report, it tells your creditor that you are a high risk borrower. So if you were to apply for a house, for example, if you wanted to apply for a house and you go ahead to the bank and apply for a new loan, and you go, let's say you go to Bank of America to apply for a new loan. Then you go to SunTrust Bank. Then you go to Navy Federal. Then you go to Chevy Chase. Then you go to, is Chevy Chase still? Then you go to Wells Fargo. Then you go to M&T. Then you go to all these banks, right? What the lender is looking at is, why is this person going to every bank to apply for a loan? Or you're applying for a loan for a credit card, you're applying for a car loan, for a student loan, every kind of credit that you can apply for, you just go and apply. They will flag you as a high risk borrower. They are saying that it says that you are desperate for credit. And when you look desperate, you sound desperate, there's something fishy about you, right? So, but if you were genuinely looking for a home and you apply at different banks, maybe for a mortgage loan, and you have a window of 14 to 45 days, give and take, to apply for your loans, pretty much. Because what happens is that the lenders or whoever you're applying to will say, well, they're actually looking for a mortgage. So it makes sense that within this period of time, they were applying for a mortgage loan. So that's understandable, that's justifiable. So a lender could say, oh yeah, we don't understand what she was doing. But if after 45 days, you're still applying for other credit cards, for other loans, 60 days, now it's 90 days, now it's 3 months, now it's 6 months, okay, you are a high risk borrower. We don't know if we want to borrow money to you, right? So one of the things that I definitely want to say to you as on a hard inquiry is that they stay on your credit report for about 2 years. For 1 year, they have an impact on your credit score. For the other year, they just appear on your credit score. So one of the things that, and that's a good reason why you should always check your credit report. Because let's say you get on your credit report and you notice that there was an inquiry that was done on your credit report, but it wasn't made, it wasn't done with your permission. You have the right to actually dispute that and have it called. But you could call the whoever did the inquiry and have them remove it because it has an impact, right? So one of the things I'm going to leave you with is few recommendations are: check your credit report as much as possible. When you check it, it does not affect you, okay? It does not affect you. Contrary to popular beliefs, it does not affect you. The second thing that you want to do is whenever you want to apply for a credit, whenever you want to apply for something, always ask, if you don't know, always ask what type of inquiry this is. Is this a soft inquiry or a hard inquiry? But based on this video, I just explained to you, a soft inquiry is when you check on your employer or when they do a background check on you. That's a soft inquiry. Then the hard inquiry is when you apply for a mortgage, auto, and all those loans. But just in case you're not sure, you're uncertain about it, just ask, is it a hard inquiry or a soft inquiry? And if you were to go to auto loan and you don't know if you will qualify for the car, I will always say go to Credit Karma, pull out your credit report, take it to the bank with you, take it to the dealership with you or wherever you're going, and say, well, this is my credit report. Based on this, do you think I will pre-qualify for such and such and such? So based on that, they will actually let you know already if you will pre-qualify, because you want to make sure that you only apply for the line of credits that you know that you're gonna actually qualify for, that you're actually gonna receive, right? You don't want to spend time applying for things that you know you don't qualify for. So it's simple. Just take your credit report, print it out, take it to wherever you want to apply for, whether it's a auto loan or whatever. Say, before you pull up my credit, because I know it's a hard inquiry, is it possible that you check if I pre-qualify based on this statement right here? Because one of the things that you want to do is avoid excessive inquiries, and that's another recommendation. Avoid excessive inquiries on your credit report. And I already gave you the solution. Have your credit report with you and say, hey, do I pre-qualify for this car, for this, and for that? So they will let you know if you pre-qualify. Of course, they will have to look at the details of your credit report in terms of types of credit that you have on and things like that. Other different things play factor in your credit score. So with that said, I hope this video was pretty explicit. I thought I was going to do 5 minutes, but it's actually more than 11 minutes. If you have any question on soft inquiry, hard inquiry, or any other thing on credit score, I'll do my best to talk to you about it. I'm all here, available to talk to you about your credit report. One of the things that I would say to you in 2018 is that your credit report, your credit score it speaks a lot about you, speaks a lot about your character. And people always wonder, why does my employer want to know about my credit report? What does my employer want to know my credit score? It doesn't matter, like this and this and that. It actually does matter. It really does. It speaks about your character. It speaks about your level of integrity. They want to know if they can trust you, right? Because technically your relationship with money matters. Because your relationship with money will tell them, or money or credit or debt will tell them exactly how you're going to handle their business, how you're going to handle your job, right? So it does matter. So you want to make sure that as your employer looks at your credit, you want to make sure that you're checking your credit, and you want to make sure that you are financially healthy, right? Yes, I bet you do. But anyway, if you have any questions, send me an email at Pascale Happy, PASCALE HAPI @gmail.com. PascaleHappy @gmail.com. Thank you.